Hey there, artists. Today we're going to learn how to draw Deadpool. A very simplified version of Deadpool, that is. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off with his eyes first, and I'm going to do his left eye, which is going to be right in the middle of my paper. And it's going to be like an almond shaped. I'm going to do a small arch like this. And I'm going to do the bottom in the opposite direction. So his other eye is going to be about a finger width apart. So I'm going to do an arch like this. And one more arch on the bottom. So this kind of gives me an understanding of how the proportions of his head are going to be. So he's got these black shapes on his mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that comes up at an angle. And I'm going to bring this angle up and in, or out, I should say. From the top of this line, I'm going to bring my line down at an angle like this. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this line inwards. And all I'm going to do now is connect this line to this line with a curved line. So now that I got the left side, let's work on the right side. So I'm going to come up like this. And his face is symmetrical, so it should be a little bit easier. And I'm going to draw this outward like that. I'm going to draw a curved line that comes down to right about where his eye is. And from that line, I'm going to come down and up. So now that we have an understanding of where his eyes are, let's work on his head. So the red part of his mask is going to come out as far as these lines are going to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a curved line coming up to about halfway at the top of the head. I'm going to adjust my hand to make it a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to bring that line all the way down to the other line that I drew. So right now we have the top of his head. So now let's work on the bottom of his mask. So I'm going to bring this line on the right side down to an angle towards the chin. Now I want to do the same thing on the other side. Now, all I'm going to do is connect this line and this line with a straight line. I'm only going to draw his neck. So what I'm going to do from at this point right here, I'm going to draw a straight line that comes out. And I'm going to do it on both sides. And now I'm just going to connect this line to this line with a large U. So he has this black collar that goes around his neck. So from here to here, so this line to this line, I'm going to draw a large U shape that goes under his chin. And I'm going to do another line that runs parallel with that curved line. So from here to here. And then a large U shape. We're going to give him some swords that he has behind his back. And to do those, it's just going to be three sides of a rectangle. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to do another one on the opposite side. So I'm going to do a straight line that comes up. Another one that runs parallel. And then close off the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fine lines in my drawing just to add some detail and a little bit of extra character. So from the corner of his right eye right here, I'm going to draw a line that comes up to the top of his head. And I'm going to do that on the opposite side as well. Now at the bottom of my eyes here, at these points right here and right here, I'm going to draw a line that kind of comes down at an angle. To show some character under his mask, we're going to do little lines on here, on his mouth and nose area to show that he actually has a face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line that kind of comes across right here for his nose. And we'll do a little curved line here to show that there's a mouth in that area. For the black portions of his mask, I'm going to draw a line that comes down at an angle towards his eye. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap, and then I'm going to start my line off right here and continue down. And same thing on the other side. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to give a gap, start my line again, and come down. Now, for his swords, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some hashes or some lines that kind of show that there's a grip to the sword. And same thing on the other side. And there you have it, a very simple outline of Deadpool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually add some color by using markers on top of marker paper, and I might even add some shading in there with my markers. Feel free to do it as well. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just take your time, enjoy the process, and we'll be right back. So instead of using a black for the black of his suit, I'm going to kind of use like a dark gray. That way it'll give me the ability to add some black in there for some shading. And this is my Deadpool. So as you can tell, I went from a very simple outline to a pretty cool piece of art just by taking my time when coloring, layering in some different colors to make up some shadows and some shading, and adding some white color pencils for highlights. But although it may not turn out the way you want to, it's okay, just try your best, enjoy the process, and keep moving forward. So, anyways, if you guys like these kind of videos, I hope you guys like and subscribe for any other videos, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.
If you like my dad's videos, like and subscribe. See you next time.